Hey, good morning everyone. Welcome back to Old Guy Firewood. If this is your first time here, I really do appreciate it. If you're coming back, I certainly appreciate that too. And if you like this sort of thing, I'd ask you to go ahead and click that like button and click that subscribe button right now, and the little bell icon, so you'll be notified when I publish new videos. And if you miss that any time during the video, in the lower right hand corner of the screen, little Old Guy Firewood logo, you can just click that and subscribe too. But today it's a beautiful day here in North Carolina. It was 80 degrees yesterday, and the high today is going to be 62. So the heat wave that we had has broken, and we're back to a little bit more seasonal and temperatures that we should be seeing this time of year. But today we're going to talk a little bit about a new tool in the wood yard. You know, my tractor is great for moving logs with the grapple, and using the forklift to lift and move IBC totes, but it created a little bit of a problem. Let me show you. Here's a grapple on my tractor, and man, I love using that thing to move logs. I've piled a bunch over here and started to buck them up. But lots of times I'll take a log and just put it in the grapple, bring it over to where I'm cutting, where the splitter is, and cut it right off the grapple. Usually have to drop one piece and cut it off the ground. But then after that, I like to go ahead and put them in IBC totes. I store them in the IBC totes because it's a great way to dry them, and it's nice to be able to handle them one time off the splitter, and then I can use the forklift again on the tractor to take and dump them into my dump trailer. But that's the way I like to store and season my wood. So problem is that I've got the grapple on the front of the tractor, and I need to move the tote, so I have to take the grapple off and put the forklift on, move the tote, and then want to go get some more logs. So over here in my log pile, and I got to put the grapple back on, and it's just a bit of a pain in the neck, but I've got a solution. Found a new tool. Here's what I discovered. It's a 3-point forklift hitch, and I picked this up at Agri Supply. There's Agri Supplies throughout the southeast. Their headquarters is in Garner, North Carolina, which is not too far from me, over in Raleigh. But this thing is built like a tank. I was amazed at the construction on this thing and how heavy duty it is, and the price was very reasonable, $299. So now I can use the 3-point on my hitch, leave this on, use the 3-point to move my totes around, and leave the grapple on the front so that I can run and get some more logs, bring them over, buck them up, put them in the tote, and go ahead and put them on this rear forklift and move them where I want them. So what we're going to do today is I've got this little stack of oak that I split up the other day. I'm going to go ahead and load that in this tote, and then we're going to try this 3-point forklift hitch on the tractor and see how it works. So stand by. You know what I have been doing the last few years is splitting right off the splitter and taking it off the tray of the splitter and throwing it into the tote. And that's good because you're not handling it so many times. The problem is that you're running the splitter. If you're working alone, you're running the splitter and you're pushing a piece through. Then you go around the front of the table, grab the wood, walk over, put it in the tote, and all this time the splitter is running, but it's not splitting anything. Now, if you're working with somebody, that's not a problem. They can continue to split. You can continue to take the pieces off the table and put them in the tote. But when you're working alone, it's kind of a waste of time. So what I've decided I'm going to be doing is just split. Get my rounds all set up, staged, ready to split. And then I'm going to split them, and I'm going to split them, I believe, into my dump trailer. Then I can back the dump trailer up to the tote, or back the tote up, an empty tote up to the dump trailer, tilt the dump trailer, and stack out of the dump trailer. And you're working pretty much at waist height doing that. Chris in the woodyard does like that. I think Brad, the firewood at the furnace, is going to be doing that, where he's splitting into his dump trailer, then taking it to his over to his pallet rows and stacking out of the trailer. But that way, when your splitter is running, you're splitting the whole time. And that's kind of what I did with this pile, except instead of splitting it into the dump trailer, I just split it in a pile on the ground. But you know, I'm much more efficient, because even doing it this way, when you're splitting, the splitter's running and you're splitting constantly, and when you're done with that and you're putting it in the totes, you're constantly working putting it in the totes. It's not any more touches, because instead of touching it off the splitter, you're touching it off the bed of the dump trailer, or in this case off the ground. This is some really, really pretty oak. A couple of videos ago I split up some big oak rounds, and that's what this is. And I split it a little bit larger because I do have some customers that will buy some boiler wood from me from time to time, and even some folks who have large wood stoves in their house or in their garage or shop look for a little bit bigger pieces. Okay, I'm going to speed this up a little bit here, and going to go ahead and get the rest of this pile in this tote. Then we're going to try that new 3-point forklift on the back of the tractor, see how it does move in this tote. Okay, there we go. Nice tote full of oak there, just under 1/3 of a cord. I'd have to fill it up about this high to get 1/3 of a cord. But at this point, what I had to do with my old setup is take the grapple off the front, put the forklift on, come over, move this where I wanted it, put it down, go back, take the forklift off, put the grapple back on, go get some more logs to buck up. So we're going to see how this 3-point forklift attachment from Agri Supply works. Hopefully it's going to pick this heavy weight up. Man, that is slick. Backed that tote right in there where I wanted it, dropped it off and pulled out. I'm gonna tell you what, that is a great addition to the wood yard right there. And as I said, the thing is really built heavy duty. It's rated for 2,000 pounds, and no doubt it could lift more than that. But I'll go ahead and put a link in the comments to Agri Supply. I just couldn't believe that I could get this thing for under $300. But it's going to make a big difference, going to save me a lot of time, because right about now, with my old setup, I'd probably be just getting the tote placed over here with the front forks. Then I'd be taking the forks off and hooking the grapple back up to go get another log. As it is now, the grapple's on the tractor, and I can go right back to work. Well, folks, I think that'll about do it for this video. Hope you enjoyed that. I sure know I'm going to enjoy this 3-point forklift attachment. Again, I can't believe it was as reasonable as it was, as heavily built as it is, because I couldn't build it for that amount of money if I had to go buy the steel and weld it. And yeah, it's doing a great job. I'm sure will save me a bunch of time. But if you like this sort of thing, please go ahead and make sure you're subscribed to my channel. You can do it right now in the lower right hand corner, or at the end of the video when the Old Guy Firewood logo comes up. Go ahead and press that, and hopefully you'll be back for more. But I certainly do appreciate y'all, and as I always say as an old guy, the best advice I can give you is to keep moving. Have a great week, and we'll see you on the next one.